This is a constitutional crisis that we are in today. Let's call it what it is. The people get to decide how we defend the United States of America. The people get to decide how their taxpayer money is spent. Elon Musk does not get to decide.
All right, that was Senator Chris Murphy bringing the fire outside of the USAID headquarters this morning, where a protest was held and where a lot of the top faces within the Democratic Party showed up to spread their message. And I've been saying Democrats need to be out there relentlessly holding pressers, holding briefings, and just punching back at Republicans, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram. Just get the message out there where the people are. And today was a great example of that happening. So I want to break down some of the best moments from this protest outside of the HQ of USAID. And I also want to talk about how Donald Trump is a puppet in the most literal sense, not just a puppet to Elon Musk, but the strings are being pulled by all of the creators and writers of Project 2025, and Republicans have their eyes closed. Now, before we play some of these clips, just remember, over the past 4 years, people have been saying that Joe Biden wasn't actually running the White House. The people around Joe Biden were running the White House, and that he was nothing but a puppet. And there was a few things. First of all, having a smart cabinet around you that can help you make decisions is not a bad thing. But number two, Donald Trump is taking this to a new level. You guys remember the first few days he was in office, and even today, he signs off these executive orders, hundreds of them, without even knowing what he's signing. Stephen Miller will sometimes say, this is an executive order to do X or Y, but a lot of times he just hands him the executive order, Trump signs off, and that's that. Trump does not even know what he's signing. The Project 2025 creators are the ones crafting these executive orders, are the ones getting them ready. Trump has no clue what's inside them. The contents don't matter to him. It just matters that the people around him get to enact their agenda. He is a puppet in the most literal sense. He is 10 times more of a puppet than Joe Biden ever was. Joe Biden was never a puppet. He had full control the entire time, but Donald Trump doesn't know what he's signing. So I want to play some clips from this protest. But first, watch this clip of Trump moments ago in the White House talking about Canada becoming the 51st state. Again, this is not a joke. This is not a drill. He wants Canada to be the 51st state, and he's using economic punishment as leverage.
That he could agree to change your mind on the tariff?
Well, we can always, but look, what I'd like to see, Canada become our 51st state. We give them protection, military protection. We don't need them to build our cars. I'd rather see Detroit or South Carolina or any one of our Tennessee, any one of our states build the cars. They could do it very easily. We don't need them for the cars. We don't need them for lumber.
We absolutely need them for both cars and lumber. You cannot name one car manufacturer that is solely based in the United States. Parts are sourced from all across the globe, but Canada is a huge distributor of parts, and they help create a lot of cars. And when it comes to lumber, come on, man.
We don't need them for anything. We don't need them for energy. We have more energy than they do. We don't need them for energy.
Canada is currently subsidizing crude oil so U.S. citizens can have gas that's not insanely high price.
So I say, why are we doing this? Why are we willing to lose between $100 billion and $200 billion a year? We don't need them. As a state, it's different. As a state, it's much different. And there are no tariffs. So I'd love to see that, but some people say that would be a long shot. If people wanted to play the game right, it would be 100% certain that they'd become a state. But a lot of people don't like to play the game because they don't have a threshold of pain.
By playing the game, do you mean using Putin-esque rhetoric to try to achieve your goal of annexing our next door neighbor and using economic coercion to try to wrap them around your finger? That's not a game. That is called being a belligerent autocrat. Like, literally, let's just call it what it is. And speaking of calling it what it is, Democrats have been doing that all day. So let's break down some of these clips. Let's break down the importance of USAID, because I think it's important that we are all fully prepped to push back on Republican talking points. What we need to understand is that just saying Elon Musk is taking a sledgehammer to our institutions, that's not a strong talking point. That is what people wanted. That is what MAGA voted for. They want Elon Musk to do that. We have to explain the actual consequences of taking a sledgehammer to these agencies. For example, when you take a sledgehammer to the FAA and other aviation safety committees, there are direct results that we have seen manifest. But let's watch this protest take place. I don't know about you guys, but drop a like if you're finally happy to see Democrats bringing the fire, and let's break down what USAID is so we're all on the same page. So John F. Kennedy created USAID at the height of the United States Cold War struggles with the Soviet Union. He wanted a more efficient way to counter Soviet influence abroad through foreign assistance and saw the State Department as frustratingly bureaucratic at doing that. Congress passed the Foreign Assistance Act, and Kennedy set up USAID as an independent agency in 1961. USAID has outlived the Soviet Union, which fell in 1991, and today supporters of USAID argue that U.S. assistance in countries counters Russian and Chinese influence. China has its own Belt and Road foreign programs worldwide operating in many countries that the U.S. also wants as partners. So here's the thing. Everything that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are doing, and the people around him, the puppets pulling the strings, are undermining our strength on the global stage. Even if we put aside the domestic consequences of tariffs, the domestic consequences of US aid being nuked, or career civil servants being screwed, all of this is important. But even if we put that aside, the international implications of losing our place on the world stage as a leader are absolutely dire. I'm gonna break the rest of this down later, but make sure you drop a like, subscribe. You can become a member below. I love all of you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.